I was just checking. I didn't think the recording had started properly. Hello everyone, this is Wolf1, and I'm back with another live stream of Spider-Man, and we are going to start the Silver Lining DLC in a couple minutes, and yes, we are going to use this suit, but, I'm going to go do some stuff first, but let's get some interesting bit of scenery or something. I really like the other parts of the DLC, so hopefully you guys will like this part. But anyway, I'll be right back after I've gone and sent out the messages that tells people that this stream exists. See you guys in a couple minutes. Only my subscribers would know it exists otherwise. Really? Well, our old problem chat not wanting to function is happening again. But instead of running downstairs and grabbing my laptop, because I could do that, but I've got my other laptop and I actually got it working. So thankfully, in a couple of seconds I'll be able to boot that up. And plus, I know at least one person's not going to make it to the stream tonight, so there shouldn't be that big of an issue. I just have to get my old junker of a laptop up here to work properly. Which I wish was always a easy thing to do. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. It all depends on what mood it's in at that particular time. Yeah. Looks like the answer may be in a bad mood today, but hopefully it actually... Okay, I got it. Just give me a couple seconds to get everything situated, and that solves the problem without me having to relocate a computer. Oh wait, no, I didn't mean to click on that one. My old laptop is a temperamental bit of a thing. And now it's doing something weird. Great. What is it doing? I'm gonna let it do things while I get things situated because no one's even in the chat in the live stream anyway. I'll let my laptop do what it wants to do right now because the only person in the actual live stream right now is me. Downstairs doing nothing. Okay, it's doing something now. I'm giving it a second. But yeah, basically our old buddy chat bug is back. I hate the chat bug. It is one of the most annoying things ever. So while my computer tries to do that, I'm going to run up the Avengers Tower real quick. Okay, is this actually the tall... No, there's taller buildings. Like, I could have sworn this was the tallest point in the city. I guess it's one of them. Like, depends on how you, I guess it depends on how you look at things. I'm not sure if it's actually taller than... Maybe it is. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. This game looks gorgeous. That's one thing I will always say about the game, is it just looks gorgeous, especially when you're doing something like this. Okay, let me get over on my other computer and get up the stream on that. And then we'll get this started on Silver Lining. Now, I apologize for the bugs. Sony should fix their problems. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's just one of those things, like, I don't know why this glitch keeps happening. It seems like it's happened like 2 or 3 times, and it always seems to happen to me. So I don't know what the heck is going on. But hopefully my computer will be able to actually resolve this. Okay, good. Sorry if you're watching on the archives and this is boring. I just have to situate things so that I can make this function. Okay, now I can just... Boring. I just have to situate things so that I can... And, make this function. There we go. That was me on my own live... that was weird. I know, you just heard me echoing, but... Okay, now I can actually see the chat. Oh, there's someone else in the... Oh, I know, that's my other computer. Okay, both of my computers are counted as viewers right now. Okay, that's weird. But anyway, let's get things situated. And hopefully everything will work now. So we are just going to go straight in to the Silver Lining part of the DLC. The city that never sees Silver Lining. Sable returns to take what is hers in this exciting story, in this exciting conclusion to the story of the Never Sleep storyline. I like Silver Sable. She is a cool character. Like, I actually not all that, like, I know she was in past Spider-Man, like, other media. But I don't remember her appearing all that often in it. I know she is, I mean, she's in the comics. Like, I mean, outside of the comics. I think that Sony is planning to give her her own movie. I'm pretty sure. Like, they've said they're planning to give a lot of Spidey's
Mary Jane Watson,
supporting
associate
characters
editor. Begin research
movies.
notes. What started as a museum heist a few days ago has turned into a brutal assault on the city. And the casualties keep piling up. Last night, after almost killing Majiadan Hammerhead, Captain Yuri Watanabe was forced into administrative leave.
Okay, how does that picture
Sources
exist?
say she told the chief, "This won't stop me." Note. Follow up on this later. Feels like this isn't the end of her story. Meanwhile, Hammerhead, who was pronounced dead at the scene, was revived and escaped custody. Police are searching for him, but there are no solid leads. His men are continuing to target Sable weaponry and vehicles, including something called Project Olympus. From what we can gather, Project Olympus is an Oscorp and Sable-funded initiative. Bioenhancement technology meant to transform people into indestructible super soldiers. Hammerhead is ruthless and insane, and now apparently indestructible. But first things first, figure out where Hammerhead is hiding. The question is, what are we gonna do when we find him?
Yeah, I do wonder, like, how some of those pictures even exist. Because they seem to be in a very awkward...
I'm following the police to an Oscorp plant. Sounds like Hammerhead's guys are at it again. Got any updates on Yuri?
Nothing yet. You miss her, don't you?
Yeah. We were a good team. I mean, not like me and you, but, you know.
I know. So listen, I've got a source at Oscorp. They're ramping up production of this Project Olympus equipment, which is probably why Hammerhead's men are attacking that plant. The Olympus contract is for Sable International, part of a deal she made with Osborn during the Devil Spread crisis. And I just learned it's all supposed to be shipping overseas to Symkaria.
Symkaria? Silver Sable's home country.
And also the site of an increasingly bloody civil war. Have you heard about this?
No, I'm not really caught up on international news. Been a little busy with our own war here in New York.
It's a hell of a story. I'll fill you in when we have more time.
Yeah, it'd be nice to talk about something other than Hammerhead for a while.
What do you think about taking a vacation when all this is over?
Vacation? I'm not sure I know what that word means.
Yeah, I'm with you. But seriously, we both need it. I'll start doing some planning. Let me know what happens to that Oscorp plant.
Will do.
Yeah, so this is a really cool game. I love the traversal system. I know I've said that a million times, but it just reminded me of that, just going through that while just letting the thing play and just, you know, riding along. It's a really cool, like, way to just explore everything. Like, I wish there was more to explore, but this is such a cool, like, backdrop that it actually is really cool. Now, I could just go right to it. I just like following the cops. And great, now Hammerhead's goons are equipped with the same powered armor he had in the last bit of DLC. Great. Hello, Holy Cross.
Wait a minute.
Just so you know, the chat's broken, but I've got a laptop, like, right next to me.
This new armor is cool and all. I kind of miss seeing your desperate attempts at 70s gangster fashion. You guys get right to the point, don't you?
And you don't get to do anything.
So are you guys all friends outside of work, or just co-workers? You know, maybe your whole organization has gotten too big too fast. You might not even know each other. If that's the case, let me introduce you. Vinny, this is Vinny. Vinny, Vinny.
Okay, that's a good one.
Why is nobody laughing? Wait, maybe you're not laughing because you guys really are all named Vinny.
I love Spidey's
nice
commentary.
to meet you, Vinny. And Vinny. And all you other Vinnies.
Ooh, that's gonna leave an interesting bruise. Man, you take a lot of punches. Right, Mr. Wrecking Ball. And now he's not. I mean, Mr. Gatling Gun. Yeah, the chat's broken in the sense that I can't see it up here on the PlayStation. I can see what you're saying in the chat over there, though, because I've got a laptop. And now we have Jetpack Man.
Come on, Spider-Man! Let's play Save the Pigs. That's just rude. Jetpack guy just... Oh, hello, ambush guys. Where'd your buddy go? No one's talking, huh? Maybe you just can't hear me over the sound of those jetpacks. Cool jetpacks, guys. Where do I get one? Let me guess. They fell off the back of the truck, right? know, instead of stealing everything, you guys should try making your own stuff. It's much more emotionally rewarding.
You know, I like that pun because it makes sense for Spider-Man to say, because he does make all of this stuff. Okay, now you're unconscious. Okay, who's left? New trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home. I like it. It looks like it's going to be really cool. I like the elementals because they look really, really awesome. Like, the elementals look like they're going to be really cool. And I like Mysterio's suit because he actually looks like Mysterio.
Now, is that just a regular dare or a double dog dare?
And it's a cool suit looks a lot. I like the new suit that he wears in that too. I like, I don't know what, it's kind of based off of a lot of different suits, I think. And we have Sable with her, jet. Oh, that was simple.
You okay? Yeah.
I like Mysterio's look, especially when they show him with the fishbowl head. I mean, the fishbowl helmet. He looks like Mysterio. I am wondering what they're going to do with him, though.
Who do you work for?
He works for Hammerhead.
Where is this Hammerhead?
Whoa, whoa! Can't we, like, go grab a coffee and catch up like normal people? By the way, I love your new hovercrafty thing.
I like how they actually had the graphics show her in his eye.
You have 3 seconds.
I appreciate that.
Just put the guns down.
1.
We really gonna do this? 2, 6, 9, 11, 7.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the case, and I am wondering, like, what that actually means overall. And also, boss fight with Silver Sable.
Sable, you seem a little stressed. Can we do some relaxing breaths? In, out, in, out.
Tell me where to find Hammerhead.
I wish I knew. But if we stop punching each other, maybe we can work together.
Together? Never.
What did I do wrong here? Wait, have you been listening to Jameson's podcast?
You are supposed to be the protector of this city. And yet you have allowed this Hammerhead to steal all of my weapons and supplies.
I didn't allow anything. I'm trying to stop him from stealing your stuff.
Then you are failing.
Oh, that hurts. But you're not wrong.
Who knows? Perhaps you are secretly working with him.
Wow, now I'm insulted.
I do not know you.
Obviously.
And I do not trust you. You will stay out of my way or suffer the consequences.
Stay out of your way while you do what?
While I find and kill Hammerhead.
Good luck with that. He doesn't die so easily.
He has not met me.
Now, you're probably wondering why I'm not just punching her every time that happens. I'll let you see that. She does that! And it hurts. A lot. Yeah, I don't know if I actually have a... No, I don't actually have a finisher on her. That's kind of interesting. So yeah, actual boss fight where we fight Sable and actually punch her. That, like, that sounds like an duh thing, but keep in mind the only other, like, in the main game, we didn't. One of the big complaints a lot of people had was we did not actually fight Silver Sable. So you kind of have to be careful how many hits you pull off on her, because if you're not, she does that. So you kind of have to be careful. I like this boss fight. It's actually a really good boss fight. Okay.
Damn you!
Not even Batman. Huh? Batman maybe.
I thought you were a good guy.
I am good at what I do. But I am not a guy.
Lost in translation, I guess?
Like, Silver Sable is awesome. Like, I do like Silver Sable a lot. That's
What happened to you can thank me by not dying?
Like, Silver Sable is a really cool character. But yeah, oh, yes, yes.
Hey, MJ.
I love this suit.
Guess who's back in town?
Silver Sable, I know.
How did you know that?
It's my job to know things. So I imagine she's here to stop Hammerhead from stealing all her shipments. Which is good. Maybe you guys can team up.
Yeah, that doesn't feel very likely at this point.
Well, listen, I'm gonna keep looking into this Simcaria story. It's...
And Screwball's back.
Screwball? How did you...
Quick! Head to 8th and Perlman before me and my fans die of boredom!
Oh, what is she up to this time? Better get there before she hurts someone.
But as I was saying, I love this suit. This is one of my favorite suits. It makes me think of like a Kamen Rider Spider-Man. Also, I think I got some other stuff I can get. Yeah, I can... I think I've actually got enough to just buy all of this because I've got all the landmark tokens. I mean, I don't really need any of this. I just want to have it. Because it actually can be very useful. But I don't actually need it. But yeah, this is one of my favorite suits. Which is... I find it actually kind of weird they put this suit in the game, because I don't think this version of Spider-Man is extremely well known. I think he's a, let me think, I'm trying to think of... He's one of the alternate Spider-Mans introduced in... I mean, Spider-Man introduced in Spider-Verse. But I honestly don't know if he... Okay, is everything... Oh, I can unlock the full power of this now. And this. And this. Yes, thanks to Screwball, we can actually unlock everything. See, good things do come out of Screwball. We can max out all of our gadgets. There. But yeah, I love this suit. This is one of my favorite suits in the entire game. It just makes me think of like a Kamen Rider Spider-Man, which I just really like. But I'm pretty sure this guy wasn't a very big character in the comic books. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's just one of the Spider-Men that showed up in Spider-Verse, the first one, to just die.
Spider-Man is a failure.
I could be wrong.
You might think this
Fan of Resident Evil. No, I'm not.
Absolutely right. But today, I am tired of all the senseless violence continually afflicting our streets.
I like Resident Evil, but I'm not a huge, like, follower of Resident Evil. Does that make sense?
More havoc than ever. And speaking of...
Shoot. Oh, well, I can just go to collectibles and hear that all the way through. I hope.
Spider-Man is a failure.
But,
you might think
yeah, as for Resident Evil, I like Resident Evil, but I'm not like a huge fan of it.
I am tired of all the senseless violence continually afflicting our streets, which that masked menace failed to put an end to. He failed to stop Hammerhead and his men, who are now using stolen Sable international weaponry to wreak more.
But yeah, I know, I think something new with Resident Evil came out, didn't it?
Sable, Miss Abuse of Power herself is back in New York. This time aboard some kind of fancy schmancy gunship. Where was that when the city was cowering?
Yeah, because of the remake of Resident Evil 2. That I heard about.
Otto Octavius, huh? Collecting dust in a Simcarian warehouse? It's a shame she and Spider-Man couldn't have done us all a favor and just taken each other out.
That's actually a good point about the jet. Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know how good it is, but... Yeah, though, given some track record of remakes lately, it could be either way.
Well, if it isn't my favorite bug-themed superhero, ready for Season 3?
Not really.
Aw, turn that frown upside down. We're bringing joy to millions of fans. In fact, I've got big plans this season. If we hit 50 million followers, I'll throw an exclusive party for my loyal fans.
Like, I like Screwball in the sense that she is a good hate-sink character.
Party. Long time no see.
Like, you're supposed to hate her. And she does a good job of that.
Hey, Spidey, you know what blows? Half the city if you don't find all the bombs. Ha ha!
I really need to shut this stream down. But first, bomb duty. Screwball's fans are out of control.
But yeah, I do like some of the.
What are you doing? It's right there!
Okay.
Stay tuned, everyone! We've got a photobomb coming up!
Yeah, I could have done better. Could have done worse.
Amateur hour?
But and I'm sorry I can't reply to comments like right when they happen due to the issue I'm having of them not being right here conveniently on the side of the screen.
Get much closer if you tried.
Okay, there we go.
Wow, what a great shot! Get warmer! You're right by it!
But I will definitely reply to all comments.
Wowee! Reposting that one right now!
I will reply to your comment. Don't worry. Just give me a second to deal with this. Because basically the things are a little confusing with how things have to be set up due to
I need to
various.
follow that truck.
Hello, minion. Goodbye, minion. Okay, well,
Almost awesome. I should put that on the business card.
Favorite episode of Spider-Man the Animated Series?
You've got room for improvement.
Okay, I did good. Here, let me rearrange things a little bit to get my computer a little closer so I can reply more quickly. There we go. Okay, now that's better. Favorite episode of Spider-Man the original series? Yeah, the episodes where he fought Venom were really good.
Hey, MJ. Sorry we got cut short earlier. Had to deal with Screwball again.
You seem to have a lot of women in your life lately.
And all of them challenging. Except for you, of course.
Huh. You don't think I'm challenging?
No? Unless you want me to think you're challenging.
Yeah, the ones where he fights Venom are really cool. The one with Carnage is pretty cool. I like the Spider War. You know, the finale, I think it was the finale where he fights Spider Carnage with a bunch of other Spider-Men. Which was Spider-Verse before Spider-Verse was Spider-Verse. Okay, let's see. Is Screwball Challenges all I've got right now? I want to do the Gadget Challenges last because the Gadget Challenges, in my opinion, are the highlight of the Screwball Challenges, in all honesty. But I like the finale with all the different Spider-Man.
All units, report a truck driver in distress. Financial district.
Could be Hammerhead's guys. Better check it out.
Okay, this one's still closer. Like, I'm not going to do all of Screwball's challenges this live stream. I'll do most of the next live stream. But, I like the Spider Wars. And I like the adaptation we got of Secret Wars. Like, there was a lot... Like, that was a really good show. I really do like that show.
Hey, Peter. Just checking in. You busy?
Sort of. How are your assignments coming?
You mean school assignments or spider assignments?
Both. But school comes first.
I'm all caught up on school stuff, working on spider assignments now. But why are you making me do physics and calculus equations? Shouldn't I be practicing with web shooters and gadgets and stuff?
Okay, quiz time. If a pendulum is 40 meters long and attached at a 45-degree angle, how far will the pendulum fall at its lowest point?
11.72 meters. But why does that matter?
It matters a lot if you're the pendulum.
What? Oh! Wait, so you do all these equations in your head like while you're swinging through the city?
I have to. And so will you if you want to get good at it.
I love that little detail. I really do.
Alright, guess I'll get back to it then.
And I love how they decided, okay, we're not going to just put, make it a sequel hook. We're actually going to go somewhere with that. We're going to have the DLC actually have Miles and Peter interact. I really do like that. Let me see. What were some other episodes of that I really liked? The entire Black Suit Saga.
My fans have been looking for a troll who's
Sorry, a little tired.
awfully like a Spider-Man suit.
I need to put these guys back behind bars for good.
I like there were a lot of good episodes. I'm trying to think. A lot of the Green Goblin stuff was really good. One of the few Green Goblins in expanded media that got to keep his classic look in every single way possible. And goodbye, you go off the roof now. Now you do that.
We've got a photobomb coming up.
No, is that an unconscious wish? Because that's a lot easier for me to fulfill than you to fulfill a death wish. And their sniper's taking aim at me. That's great. That's going to leave an interesting bruise. I liked a lot of the stuff with the lizard in that series. That was cool.
Get your filters ready. It's photobomb time.
And you be knocked unconscious.
Laughing Monkey 22 comments, I can't believe I waited so long to subscribe. Ha, me too, Laughing Monkey 22. Me too. I think I'm in love.
See, that's one thing I do like, is the Screwball Gadget Challenges kind of teach you to be creative and mix and matching your powers. I do appreciate that. Yeah, Neil Ross played a good Green Goblin. He was a really good Green Goblin.
Get your filters ready. It's photobomb time.
Hey, you're unconscious.
Stunning. Are you a professional?
Yeah, he was a really good Green Goblin. He sounded legitimately insane.
This stream just cracked 10 million concurrent viewers. We are breaking records here.
You get out of my way really quickly, because I hate those guys. Yeah, you can have this back now. But yeah, that was a really good Green Goblin. I feel that's something, like, a lot of the Green Goblins managed to get, like, a lot of people that played Green Goblin managed to get a lot of things right with him, but not everything right. And you, get out of my way now. Here, you be a projectile. Ow. I really hate the whip guys.
Get your head in the game. You're embarrassing yourself.
Okay, you get up. You get off the building. Yeah, Mark Hamill as Hobgoblin. Like, Mark Hamill is so good at the end. Okay, did I get everyone over here? Yes, I did.
So neurotic. I'm mad I didn't perform flawlessly for.
But yeah, Hobgoblin was really good. Hey, Pole.
You did
Yeah, the
not
1994
give that one your
series.
best effort. Sad.
Also, the chat is the chat won't show up on the PS4 again, so I'm using my old laptop next to me, which thankfully is up here already, so I don't have to lug my computer up here. But yeah, we were talking about that one. Like, Mark Hamill is really good at pulling off those insane old characters. Okay, speaking of old cartoons, I now have the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla on Amazon. I bought the series. Was going to buy the
Talk more about this live streaming.
was going to buy the DVD, but then I found out the third DVD set is like outlandishly expensive, and each DVD only has a couple, like a handful of episodes on it. So I decided I'll just buy the whole. I can buy the whole series off of Amazon for the way that for how much I'd pay. I keep I forgot about that one. Okay, I'm sorry. I normally try to wait and let Jameson talk. So now the only Godzilla animated series I don't own in some capacity is the Godzilla anime, which I have no intention of changing because I really don't like the Godzilla anime. So,
Gotta get to that driver before
as a fact, I spent most of my last Spyro live stream complaining about it. Should tell you. Okay, this is actually an interesting idea.
Put this much effort into your fashion choices. Trying to break in.
You are now stuck to the ground. How does it feel to be stuck to the ground?
We're on the way. Spider-Man's here. Get more.
Okay, that one was funny because I didn't even notice they were there. But yeah, back to Spider-Man the Animated Series. It's a good, like, I love that series. Like, I watched that religiously when I was a kid. I like Kraven the Hunter, too. Like, Kraven the Hunter on that show is really good. Okay, you're unconscious. Now you're unconscious. Everyone will soon be unconscious. Yeah. Well, that's the thing with all animation. For its time, the animation was pretty good. But then for its time, the original Spider-Man animated series, you know, the one that gave us a million memes. Including some memes referenced by this very game's marketing. Yeah, the scripts and the voice acting compensated for somewhat... for maybe a little lacking animation. Compared to the Godzilla anime, where the animation is really good, but the actual...
This tech isn't going anywhere.
But the actual show kind of sucked.
Hey, MJ, what's up?
Hammerhead guys are hitting an Oscorp shipping facility near Seaport.
Got it. I'm headed there now.
Question for you. We know Hammerhead stole most of the Sable weapons already, and a bunch of equipment from police lockup. Now he's stealing Sable tech that's bound for Sincaria. Where is he putting all this stuff?
No idea. But if we can find out where, we can cut off his supplies.
I'll try to cross-reference his men's activity with the city map. See
Yeah,
if I can
it was.
nail down a location.
Good plan.
I mean, that is true. But the animation was a lot better back then than it was now. I mean, a lot better at the time. It's one of those things that animation tends to not age well unless it's really well done
Hammerhead is
animation.
stealing from her.
Explains why she's so angry and desperate.
Maybe.
Like, I mean, television series animation specifically.
I'll let you know what I find at the shipping facility.
Like, you could make a drinking game of, you see the shot of him dodging, yeah. But, I mean, that's the thing. Like, television animation has come a really long way. Like, TV, like, there's still a really, really good, like, the old Disney movies are still really, really well drawn. Yeah. And, you know, that's one thing I hate about the first Spider-Verse comic is, the first Spider-Verse comic. If you go back and watch Spider-Man and the Amazing Friends, they actually reference death. The word death is actually mentioned in that show. They actually explicitly address Spider-Man's origin and the death of Uncle Ben. Okay, so then the Spider-Verse comic has it at, like, the Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends version of Peter doesn't even know what death is. And that is just stupid. Like, I hate that. I mean, granted, I also hate that they killed Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends off in that comic, but I don't consider that the canon to the show in any way, shape, or form. But it kind of shows that the writer of that comic didn't even bother to do his research.
The police will be here soon to help you return what you accidentally stole.
So it's one of those things like, do your research. Like, if you're going to make a reference to something, do your research. Don't just write something, like, that you think will be cool, or you think will be shocking, or you think will be interesting, and it's actually just, it makes you look like an idiot. Because you didn't actually do your research.
Oh, no, you saw me! Fine, you win this round. And your prize is...
At least give the original show credit for that. Because even, yeah, the Fox cartoon didn't even reference death, but the original, well, they had, like, death existed in it, but they wouldn't say, it was the never say die syndrome, where death exists in this universe, but you don't address it as death. Which, in all honesty, I never really understand that. Like, I don't necessarily get the whole, oh, there's something explicitly wrong with we can show things that are obviously death, but we can't mention death. Like, that's always awkward to me.
She's gonna kill someone.
Yeah, I guess they were, but I mean...
No, not the park.
Hello! You have the right to remain stuck to a wall!
If you guys had stopped earlier, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
But, like, again, my problem with the Spider-Verse comic is they basically had it, well, they don't even know what death is, because their world is from an old cartoon, wahaha. You know, old cartoons didn't reference death, but then they actually did. Like, death was actually a thing that existed in that, so...
Let me handle the rest of these guys.
No, they cannot escape with this equipment.
You guys only gotta find another line of work. Although maybe you won't do much life balance. Who am I to judge?
So, yeah, I don't... I'm sorry, I can't really look at the chat right now because I'm trying not to let things get out of control in the game. This is actually
There. Now stop stealing stuff, okay?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Simpsons did that with everything. Like, Simpsons is kind of like South, well, that is one thing I can appreciate is Simpsons and South Park kind of have that insult everyone equally sort of mindset, even if they are the ones paying our paychecks. And I appreciate that.
Roger that. Here they come.
What? Like, what is with this game and drones?
He's really into modernizing his workforce. Those drones are going after Sable. I should help her, right? Right.
Like, this game tends to like giving villains drones. Like, am I the only one, seriously the only one that notices that they kind of like giving villains drones?
One down.
I mean, not that there's a bad thing with them giving villains drones, right? It makes sense. Like, unmanned drones are kind of a staple of things nowadays, so it makes sense that the villains would have drones.
Gotta go.
It's just kind of weird. that this game seems to really like giving villains drones. That was not intentional. I'm actually making more screw-ups than I normally would, so please. How many drones do they freaking have? I mean, literally, I'm wondering how many drones they even have. I'm not complaining about the drones because it actually makes this kind of interesting.
Sable, I just want to make it very clear. I'm trying to help you right now.
Get off!
Sure thing. As soon as I take out the rest of these drones.
This is actually, like, moving. This is actually making this harder. Okay, that's because I was actually trying to aim. Actually, let's complete this.
You're all clear now. I'll just assume silence means thank you in Sincari. Okay, now on to that last try.
Okay, why am I running? Okay. We're doing this now. I'll reply to comments in a couple seconds. I'm trying not to fail the mission. That's the problem with some instances in this game, is it gets rather intense, so you kind of have to be careful not to... This is actually a really cool scene. Yeah, they had to have it doing that. Oh, that's an interesting idea.
Easy, easy!
Where's Hammerhead?
If I talk, he'll kill me. So you do what you gotta do.
Whoa. Look, we both want the same thing. If we work together, we'll find...
Oh, that isn't interesting. I've not read Discworld. I've heard of Discworld. And I think My Little Pony Discworld crossover had it that I think Pinkie Pie was actually related to their version of death somehow. I think that's the thing. Which somehow manages to make more sense than that whole Death Note Equestria thing where Twilight's Kira.
So you'll call me? I am 77% sure she's not a robot.
I love that line. But yeah, like the thing, like that's an interesting thing. Like I don't really get the whole. Somehow, you know, all these horrible things can happen, but then death, like we can do all these different things. But if we so much as mention death, it's somehow taboo. Like I don't get that. Like I really don't. Ah, okay. So you know that one. Alright.
You done with your assignments?
Yeah, and I can see why it's so important. But listen, I took a look at those web shooters in your bag. Are those for me?
Yes, but only when you're ready. What were you doing in my bag?
It was open, and I could see them, sort of. And I just noticed that the nozzle size and shape is the same as your other ones.
Yeah, so?
Well, according to Hooke's law, elastic force is linear with distance given all factors are equal. But you and I aren't equal.
Wow, you're right. Just a few pounds can affect tensile strength, rate of web fluid consumption.
And a few other things. But I've done all the calculations. If we just tighten the nozzle diameter by 0.7 millimeters, it all pretty much evens out.
I think I've officially...
I love this scene. I really do. Well, this
a good thing, right?
dialogue.
Seems like you're more than ready for field training. As soon as I'm done dealing with Hammerhead.
Yes! Can I start practicing with the web shooters in the meantime?
Nope. And if I find out you even left the house, I'll call it off.
Man, you're like the most and least fun superhero ever.
I like Miles and Peter's interaction in this. Like, I like a lot of when they do stuff like that, because...
Hammerhead's crew have a Sable agent pinned down. Not exactly a fair fight.
Like, in Miles' original universe, he became Spider-Man after his Peter Parker died. So, you know, that kind of limits the amount of interaction he can have with his Peter. And that's the same in, like, in Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse. I'm assuming that most people have seen it by now because it's really doing really well, so I'm assuming... And that's not really a spoiler because it's like in the first act material. I'm pretty sure by now everyone knows about, it's one of those things that you kind of have... I think it actually was spoiled in some of the trailers.
Hey, you have to teach me how you do all that.
I wish I could say there was an art to it. Mostly I just try to go where the bullets aren't.
Well, I am in your debt.
What were these guys after?
These are humanitarian supplies, bound for some carrier. You've heard of the civil unrest?
I heard it was more of a civil war.
Indeed. Well, these men attacked me and stole most of the supplies. But they took them... I do not know.
I'll keep an eye out and let you know if I find any. Nice to meet you,
David. David Obademi.
I like this. I really like this storyline.
Spider-Man. Okay, that sounded way less awkward in my head.
But yeah, like people overlook old cartoons, and they really shouldn't.
Hey, MJ.
Peter, head to Soho. I have a lead I need you to check out. One of my jailhouse sources just told me that some of Hammerhead's guys are always at a certain pizza shop. Maybe you can trail them, find out where Hammerhead's supplies are.
You know, just once I'd like to have a phone call where we talk to each other about our days. Like normal people.
Okay. So, honey, how was your day?
Well, Sable and I caught some bad guys.
Oh, so you are working together.
In concept.
You two have to find a way to work it out. Hammerhead's too powerful to take on alone. My jailhouse source also said that Hammerhead's using this Project Olympus stuff to, quote, improve himself even further.
Further? He was already a walking tank.
Exactly my point. If you two don't stop him soon, he might become unstoppable.
I find this interesting is that they do kind of mix Silvermane and Hammerhead together, because Hammerhead did become a cyborg in the comics, and it happened in a very similar way. He got shot in the head, he gets rebuilt as a cyborg. But in this case, it's kind of interesting because normally it's Silvermane who is the big, imposing, is the big, obvious cyborg, I should say. Also, is the chat still working? Let me check something. There's nothing people aren't commenting.
Too many people around. I'm not going to be able to get close looking like this. Maybe if I ditch the suit. There. Now I'm just your average New Yorker. Hey, I think that's the place that got a 3-star review in the Bugle last week. No wonder it's crowded.
I'm not sure if my laptop is working right now. Hang on one second. I think something might be going on with my with the laptop I'm using right now. Let me reset. Let me refresh the page and see if that does anything. But here's something that a lot of people were wanting to do: be able to walk around as Peter Parker in New York. Which I can totally appreciate, because I like this.
Yeah, what's up? Okay, tell them we're on our way. Hey, come on. We gotta run an errand for Tony.
Now? We're almost to the front of the line.
I know. Come on.
Need to run an errand for Tony? Those have to be Hammerhead's men. Better follow him. But not too close.
So what do we gotta do for Tony?
Get his laptop. Guess he left it in his car.
You serious? Why can't he get his own damn laptop?
Boss probably hasn't doing something more important.
Somebody following us.
Be cool, Pete. Be cool.
Yeah, I think my laptop might be messing up a little bit.
I don't know. Tony probably does, though.
Oh, I know it's
He's
not.
tight with the boss.
Damn freaking Tony.
Yeah, he was. He was. Okay, it's working now.
I should be the one who's tight with the boss.
Okay, sure.
At least I think it is.
He's also the one who helped the boss come up with that trap for the Sable chick.
Yeah, like that's ever gonna work.
I don't know. Sounds like a good plan to me. And if we get her, we get the rest of her stuff, so...
So now you're on Tony's side? I see how it is.
I do appreciate this part. Yes, that was in the animated series. He wanted to become young again there.
Listen, I'm gonna go talk to Sal. Keep people off the lot for a minute.
Yeah. Frickin' Tony.
Okay, everything's working. Okay, I think everything's working.
Gotta get closer to hear what they're saying. If I can't get next to them, maybe I can get above them. Need to get out of sight. Can't be climbing walls until I'm hidden.
This part I do like, that you have to find a place to switch.
Now I can climb up to the rooftop.
Where you get to be Spider-Man.
If I get above those guys, I can hear them. Gotta get to that alleyway.
Right, where you gotta be like sneaky as Peter Parker. A lot of people really wanted it, something like this. And I gotta admit, I like it. I like that there's a part where you get to be Peter Parker and like eavesdrop.
Next in line to shine my shoes, maybe. Ain't that the truth? Anyways, Tony said he needs his laptop. Guess it's got all kinds of important stuff on it.
As laptops do. We put it up in C3.
Slot C3, huh? If I can get Tony's laptop, it could lead me to Hammerhead.
Thanks. Oh, wait.
Stimulating conversation, guys, but I've heard enough.
Hello, you have the right to remain unconscious. And Peter turned into Altair. Yeah, I kinda did. But yeah, one thing I do really like about this game is that they do stuff like that. Like, I think maybe they did just throw that in a little bit because fans wanted it, but I do appreciate that whether that was the case or not, it is a nice little addition. That's how that works. You know, you get a scene where you get to be play as Peter Parker, trailing some thugs in his secret identity. Like, that's kind of cool.
Well, hello there, Tony's laptop.
You know, I admit, I'm half surprised that the first thing he finds isn't a bunch of cat pictures.
Bada bing. Looks like he's got a Find My Phone app installed. Let's see where you are, Tony.
But yeah, this...
Hey, Pete.
Hi, honey. How's your day?
Busy. Neck deep in research on some Karia.
I'll make it quick then. Your tip was a good one.
Hang on 1 second. My computer, my antivirus just picked something up on my my laptop and needed me to do something with it. Just 1 second to check something. Okay, apparently more keys on my laptop are causing me trouble than I thought they were. Okay, yeah, it is. And if you're wondering why I put on long, it's because the E key on my old laptop is broken.
It's great.
And one
like
of his
3 or
guys
4
mentioned
keys on my
setting a
laptop.
trap
Old
for
laptop
Sable.
just stopped working, so I had to hook it up to another like a keyboard.
School Magia thugs feel threatened by a confident,
A
powerful
separate
woman.
keyboard, which is now attached to my PS4 because I don't use this laptop all that much
I don't
anymore.
mean to blow you off, but I'm on a deadline, so...
Yeah, totally. Talk later.
But yeah, I was just checking. Like, apparently off camera I crashed into some people.
You just gotta be ready.
There's Tony.
I don't think that's enough, guys. Double it up. They take him out of the bases. Why are you making me do your job for you?
Yeah, I want to take you out.
How about I tell the boss exactly what you just told me? If this thing goes south, you'll know exactly who to come down on. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
This ain't a negotiation.
Who is looking at
I'm
you?
telling you what needs to be done. Who am I?
There you go. Okay. You know, I don't really need to pick these guys off, but I can do this. Hey, who's left?
Hey, Spider-Man.
Okay, the chat is still working for me, but I'm just concerned because my computer sucks. Well, my old computer sucks. That's why I got replaced with my new one.
But she doesn't really listen to me. Or anyone.
Give me the address. Wait.
So apparently she can turn invisible now.
The address!
Glexco building. Rooftop.
No, wait, it's probably an ambush!
You know, I could have just like grabbed onto her jet thingy.
Sable, you're headed into a trap!
It does not matter, as long as Hammerhead is there.
You don't get it! I'm trying to keep you from getting hurt!
I can take care of myself.
Usually you can, but Hammerhead's been using your Project Olympus stuff.
I know.
Then you know he's turned himself into some kind of giant Franken-monster!
And that is why I must stop him.
But
I
not
like that
this. Not by going
Franken-monster.
right into a trap!
Just to make sure, I have not seen any comments until since someone said that Pierre turned himself into Altair. So if you've made a comment since then, it's not showing up for some reason. So before I do this, I'm going to refresh my stream over here. I hate this glitch. I really do. Like, I legitimately despise this glitch with the chat. Especially when it's like this and I have absolutely no idea if the chat is working right or not. Okay, good. Just checking, because with the whole chat issue, I'm not sure if things are going right or not.
Oh, hey, look, a trap! If only we had some kind of advance warning.
I can handle this.
I'm sort of tempted to sit back and watch, but that would just be petty. Trapped her with her own tech. Looks like the whole thing is powered by those generators. One down. You doing okay in there, Sable? Or is it Silver? Or is it something else?
Why are you hitting yourself?
Hang tight while I work on the other ones. Get it? Hang tight? Shut up. You know, talking about your feelings has been scientifically proven to reduce stress and improve mood. It's just
Ooh,
saying,
that guy
you'd be
crashed
doing
into
us all a
something.
favor.
Run and pile driver.
I can handle this clown.
No, you really can't. Like, at all.
Just one more. What are your hands with?
Ow. Okay, I'm in trouble. I think Sable's free though, so I think she she's free.
That's it.
There we go. Now Sable's free, and now I can.
So, if we stay here, Hammerhead will come to us.
Not so sure that's a good idea.
We're having a power. Okay, she took care of it. I'm good. Oh, shower. Okay. I was just like, it's one of those things where I'm perfectly fine with people not commenting all the time, but I'm not. But the thing is, I don't know what's going on with the chat because the chat is kind of weird.
Don't mind me. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, you're stuck to a wall.
I can handle this class.
And pile driver.
Acquiring target. Locking in.
I wish I would have attacked the guy that I was actually going to hit. Okay, enough with you guys. So basically, I just got triple, like, attack there. Like, I remember this being a hard one. I just remember I have spider arms. Great. But, yeah, I hate that stupid glitch with the chat.
Let's get out of here.
So, if we stay here, Hammerhead will come to us.
Not so sure that's a good idea.
Okay, eat spider arms of doom!
Changing position.
Don't mind me. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Bye-bye. Oh, that looked like it hurt. Yeah, I really do hope it kind of does inspire other really good superheroes. And, like, there really needs to be a good Superman game. Because the problem is there really isn't. Like, well, okay, there are some good ones. Or, like, there's I think there is a couple that you could call decent.
Locking in.
Like, Superman Returns, that was actually a pretty good game.
I can handle this cloud. Watch out!
Like, the Superman Returns game was actually a pretty good game. I like the idea that they went with it where it was Superman's health bar is the city's health bar, not his. Because that let, Superman basically be invincible. I think except during, like, certain fights. Like, there were certain fights where Superman could take damage, I think. But for the most part, the city was his health bar. It's actually a really nice idea. And I think that is actually a good idea for a Superman. not. There was an unreleased Super Nintendo game I heard the answer is Batman game was good, but halt. Or am I thinking of a different one? And here we have the reveal of Cyborg Hammerhead. I admit, it is a creepy look, but I kind of wish they'd given him a shark motif, because they keep filling up that shark motif, they never did. I like his design. Also, I like that they gave him an like you can see where his skull got exposed, like his middle plate got exposed, where very shocked.
Two for one. My lucky day.
And surprise, Black Cat's not dead. I don't think that surprises much of anyone in all honesty, but she's alive. But I do like the design for Cyborg Hammerhead. I just wish they'd gone like a little bit more crazy with it, I guess. But it's a good design overall. I just kind of wish they'd given it a bit more, like, at least a mild shark look to it. Because they keep building, they kept saying, well, you know, comparing it to a hammerhead shark. So I was expecting, I kind of wish they'd done that. But it's still a cool design. And again, like, Silvermane and normally is the one that's the obvious obvious cyborg. And normally Hammerhead is like, not an obvious cyborg.
Did you honestly think I was dead?
How did you find me?
Same way she did. Watch out. That girl has trust issues.
How long have you been watching me? Watching us?
Long enough to know you're making a mistake. Hammerhead's gotten too powerful.
Do you really think I have a choice?
Here.
Wait, is that...
Everything you need to know about that ugly thing. Sorry for what I did to you. But now we're even. One more thing. His head, not as strong as you think it is.
I like that little detail. Like, that is actually a good little detail.
Bye, Felicia. Let's see what's on this thing.
And our superior leveled up.
Keeping Sable in that base. I bet they have those stolen humanitarian supplies in those other bases. I should call David about this.
Hello.
Hi, David. It's Spider-Man. I think I may have found those humanitarian supplies bound for Symkaria.
Great. Can you send me the locations?
Well, there's just one wrinkle. They're in heavily fortified bases guarded by bionic madmen with futuristic weapons and impenetrable armor.
That is quite a wrinkle.
Why don't I scope out their hideouts first and get back to you?
Thank you, Spider-Man. I greatly appreciate all your help.
Yeah, so I do like that.
Peter, are you okay? I saw people posting pictures of you and Hammerhead and Sable
And Black Cat. Normally she brings bad luck. Not this time.
I didn't know she was still alive. What was she doing there?
Saving my skin. And giving me a lead on Hammerhead's hideouts. Turns out he's been stashing all of the stolen Sable tech underground.
What? How?
I'm on my way to find out. And hopefully rescue Sable. If she's still alive.
Listen, I've been looking into this Sincaria thing. It's a big story.
I like Superman Returns, though. I like the Superman Returns video.
Wait, you're going to Sincaria? When?
Tonight. It's a rapidly developing situation. You and Sable can take care of Hammerhead. You don't need me.
Just because I don't need you doesn't mean I don't need you.
That's sweet. But listen, other countries are ignoring this crisis, including ours. These people are helpless, all alone in the middle of a war zone. If I document what's happening and share it with the rest of the world, it might change things. Maybe even save lives.
Spoken like a true hero. The thought of you heading into a war zone, it worries me.
Do you trust me?
You know I do.
Then we're good. I gotta go home and pack.
That is actually a really sweet little interaction.
I love you.
I love you too. I miss her already. The entrance to his hideout must be somewhere close by.
Huh, must be underground. Guess
And
it's
of course
time
we
for
have a
some urban
crime in
spelunking.
progress, but we'll deal with that. Because that's the thing, like, a friend of mine actually...
No, Jared, I said I wanted crushed ice, not what do you mean we're live.
Okay, that one was funny. I don't know if it got interrupted, though. It might have, actually.
Hammerhead goons stole that APC. I better shut him down.
I didn't hit.
Something tells me you guys don't have a license for this thing. People got the turret.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can kind of see that, but on the other hand, I kind of am okay with, it being more of a... Peter is attracted to her more for everything else than just her being beautiful. I can get if that's what they were going for, but then again, my opinions of aesthetic beauty are kind of a little weird. And it's not like I have weird taste or anything, it's just I'm not... It's complicated, but I'm... I've actually said this live on my DA, so I don't really care. I'm actually asexual, so I don't really... aesthetic beauty in women or anyone else, kind of not my strong suit. At least in terms of how I am, I guess.
Oh, indeed.
That's probably not with everybody that's asexual, but with me, it's just like, I'm not one to really be able to judge. I can judge when someone's supposed to be beautiful. Like, I can judge when a character is clearly meant to be eye candy. I can definitely judge that. Mainly thanks to Michael Bay. Shoot. I hate it when that happens, like when you go into one right as the crime shows up. It's not really fair that that can happen. Yeah. Yeah, but it's weird. I don't know if that's everyone that's asexual that has that issue, but it's just something with me. I can tell when someone's meant to be attractive, but that's mainly due to context cues. It's not. It's just something I'm not really good at because I don't look for it.
If I can get through this without getting wet, that'd be a win.
So we're now in a sewer.
Hello.
This is so cool. Whoa! Look at this place. The amount of work it takes to make this city run is just crazy. I'll never take fresh water for granted again. Okay, let's see where this leads.
Jesus. Yeah, no Killer Croc and Spidey, surprisingly, Spidey does not have a comparative character. I mean, Lizard kind of, but he doesn't really live in the sewers, and we know he exists in the sewers.
Take these guys out, then look around for Sable.
Then we'll grease some palms is what. Make sure we're left alone.
Maybe, but there's there's also the problem of space. I mean, we're just running out of room. Not a bad idea. And I just wonder if we even need more bugs out here.
You kidding? Those things are awesome. You get juiced up in there, come out feeling like a superhero.
Ain't we villains, though?
Nah, depends on your perspective. My kid, I'm a hero.
Yeah, I guess. Same with my mother.
See? We're all heroes. Just in different ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, let me look at this some more, see if I can figure something out.
You know, I'm honestly surprised there's not more crossovers with, like, fan crossovers with the Ninja Turtles. Okay, let's see.
Not really. I was thinking, we need an insurance policy. For what? So boss said once we take over this Sable business, we all get a cut of the profits.
They're so cute when they're incapacitated.
So you want insurance? Somebody there?
Somehow they didn't notice me. Oh wait, are you vulnerable? Yes, you are. Yeah, the lizard does hang out around sewers.
Nothing here. Somebody...
Don't mind me.
Okay, come on. Walk next to this conveniently placed framework. I think is what you're going to do.
Okay, I didn't imagine that.
I mean, I could just, like, grab him right now, but I want to really do this. I want to do this.
Hey, I need some extra eyes.
Why don't you sit this one out?
There's like a pile of unconscious goons right there. Yeah, that is kind of ironic, and I think Hammerhead appeared as like a minor antagonist in it.
You need some downtime.
Like, that guy was asleep. Like, and that guy was asleep, and like the next, like, he probably was, he shook awake for like half a second, then then my feet were in his face. Okay, who's left? I'm missing someone. Oh, there they are.
Great patrolling, but I do have notes.
You're walking into a wall. Dude, I think your pathfinding's off. That's a wall.
Okay, that's all of them. Now, I bet if I follow the power cables, I'll find where they're holding Sable.
Yeah, they do. And part of that actually is probably because, like, there's a prequel novel, I think it's called Hostile Takeover.
Hope that's not a load-bearing subway car.
Like, there's a prequel novel called Hostile Takeover, which I think focuses more on that.
Nice. Okay, follow the yellow wire. Better not find any lions, tigers, or bears. Oh my.
Knowing your luck, you'll probably find a supervillain based off a lion, tiger, and bear.
I think I can still squeeze through.
Yeah, I heard that was a pretty bad... I heard that game wasn't very good. Or at least aspects of it weren't.
Body bags? Well, this just took a turn.
Yeah, this is creepy.
the other guy. Who was it? I don't remember his name. Sal's cousin, I think.
Was it messy?
Nah, he just came out all blue. I think he stopped breathing in there or something.
Did you hook up the oxygen line like I said?
Yeah.
Ah.
I mean, I think so.
Boss ain't gonna like hearing, I think so.
Then forget I said it. And I'll forget you were drinking on the job yesterday.
What do you mean? That was coffee.
Sure didn't smell like coffee.
Gotta do this quick, and then find Sable.
What the? Better investigate.
Yeah. I did play Spider-Man 2, which this game is borrowed a lot from. I was supposed to knock you unconscious.
Footprints. That's when I webbed you up.
I mean, at least now it looks like you kind of got hit by those pipes, so he's fine. Also, this kind of shows that Hammerhead really doesn't give a darn about his men, that he's willing to make them basically go through a transformation that could potentially kill them.
What the?
Nap time. This place looks like their main Project Olympus. These pods require a lot of electricity. Must be why they're leeching.
I told you, I just helped manufacture these things. I didn't design them.
Guess we got the wrong guy then. On the bright side, now we got our first test subject.
No! No! Don't turn it on! Please! Just give me a few minutes. I can figure it out.
Now that's what I like to hear.
One thing I find I kind of like, is that in the main game you have... Sorry if I'm yawning, it's just I'm tired. I've had the last couple of days have been actually a pretty long day at work. Not hard days, mind you, just long. I've had to go to bed, I've not gotten as much sleep as I really should have due to various other things.
We're in serious trouble.
You're you're hanging from a pipe. How does it feel? Yeah, I kind of wish that did something. And here we have one of Hammerhead's giant mechanical arms. And him being all Frankenstein.
That cop almost killed me. I thought you said I'd be indestructible.
I said almost indestructible. After all, you're still human.
Then make me less human.
I'm not sure what you mean.
I mean what I said. Now get to work.
I find it interesting that, Mr. Negative and Doc Ock in the main game are tragic villains. They're evil, but they have a reason they're evil, and they're... you sympathize with them. You sympathize with them on some level because you understand how they ended up the way they did.
All this stuff belongs to Sable?
Yeah, most of it's overseas, though. What are you thinking, boss?
I'm thinking about how she took over the whole city in a matter of days.
You mean back during that Devil's Breath thing? Yeah, that was crazy.
Not so crazy when you got the right equipment.
Well, we got those digging things.
Not good enough. If we want the best stuff, we're gonna need her.
Yeah, he kinda is.
Okay. How are we gonna do that?
Just keep taking her stuff. She'll come to us.
But I like how, Hammerhead is in direct contrast with the villains of the main game, because...
XRT-89. Subterranean Troop Deployment Vehicle. That's the real name? I'm sticking with Big Boy.
I love that joke. But then you get Hammerhead, who is a monster. He's a complete monster. There is nothing redeemable about Hammerhead. He is so far over the moral event horizon that, he's just evil. And I like that in this game because, well, he's evil in a more realistic
good money
way.
to see Hammerhead's guys learning to fly in these things for the first time.
Wait, that's who voices Doc Ock in this game? The guy that voices Rigby on regular show.
There.
Like, the guy that voiced Rigby on regular show voices Doc Ock here. Wow. Wow, that is actually I did not know that. Like, that is cool.
And sewer water. What could possibly go wrong? If there's one takeaway
I like regular show.
Lair thing, it's that Hammerhead should have fewer thugs with guns and a lot more safety inspectors.
Okay, so that's an insta-kill. I like,
Sable.
I like regular show. It was actually a pretty good show. I mean, not everything about it. I think that the D&D episode was a little too mean-spirited for its own good.
Possibly go wrong.
But I like regular show.
One takeaway from this underground lair thing, it's that Hammerhead should have fewer thugs with guns and a lot more safety inspectors.
Every minute I am here is another nail in your coffin.
More than Solus in Mass Effect 3. Huh.
I will never give you what you want.
Yes, you will. It'll just take time. We got all the time in the world.
But regular show was a really good show, and I kind of like how, even though the final episode, like the final season, takes things in a radically different direction, with how crazy everything gets in regular show, you can completely buy it. Also, let's be clear here, we just walked in on a character being tortured with a electric screwdriver. That's kind of terrifying. I mean, electric drill. There's not, like, I really liked the regular show. It was a good show. And to be fair, they actually had the guts in the final episode to, I mean, in the last season to kill off a very beloved character. So you got to give them the credit there.
I know why this means so much to you.
I'm not going to say who because I'm not sure if everyone's seen on regular show all the way through, but I liked regular show.
What can I do to make you trust
me? I liked how they could manage to balance really silly concepts and really make it really
we can take down that monster, but I can't do it alone.
Damn it! You let it loose!
It's been in a lot of things, but I'm saying, like, you don't see, like, actual, like, we didn't see it on screen, but you don't, like, in a teen-rated game, that's a little unexpected.
Here's the plan. Good plan.
I do like this, that, you know, we get to team up with Silver Sable. Here's Sable. Okay, I just used him as a shield against that guy. One episode I do like of regular show, and part of it is because they're my favorite animal, and part of it's because I really like how they did it in a way that made it more that actually did something with it other than the obvious jokes. I like the episode where Rigby gets sprayed by gets turned into a werewolf. Like, yeah, that sounds like a silly concept, but they actually played it a bit like the werewolf curse is actually supposed to be played. Like, yes, they did do some of the jokes, they did do some jokes with it, but overall, that was a surprisingly serious episode. You look like you have those guys covered, Sable, so I'll just leave them to you. Here, Sable, you handle that guy. I'll handle the guy with the rocket launcher because he's going to be a pain in our side if we didn't fight him.
You must teach me how to use them.
I wish I could, but it's a whole big intellectual property thing.
But yeah, I like that. I like that episode because it basically turned what would be a, like, in most series would just be a joke concept into something that was actually kind of fun and kind of serious, which is something like a werewolf curse doesn't get played as a curse as often as it used to be. So it's actually kind of interesting that they did it. I have not played Arkham Origins. Like, I'm still trying to figure out if I can actually do anything with Batman Arkham Asylum to make it. Now you're stuck to the floor, and your whip cannot hurt anyone ever again. You got that guy, Sable.
On my side for once.
Shut up and fight.
You gotta work on your fight banter, though.
Oh, that had to hurt. That guy's in pain. Yeah, that was actually cool. Like, that was a cool part of the show, is that you had these two characters that, like, I don't, like, you know, by conventional standards,
hey, Sable, no lethal
are not,
force, okay?
you know, beautiful by our standards, but by their, and by the standards of the show, they really aren't either, but they are in this enduring relationship that's really kind of touching. Also, another thing regular show had, the Halloween episodes were horrifying.
High five.
Like, the Halloween episodes of that show are terrifying.
You said you could defeat Hammerhead.
Like, Terror Tales from the Park, I think is what they call them. Those scared the heck out of me. Like, especially the first one, with the wizard. Like, that gave me nightmares.
There are medical records in here.
Yeah, mostly about that metal plate in his head.
Carbon steel.
Super strong, pretty sensitive to
heat.
I like this part. But yeah, it was a good show.
I have an idea.
And I like the running gag with the baby ducks turning into a giant mecha. Like, well, first into a giant, and then into basically. And I like that they basically made it like a shout out to Gridman / Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. Because I liked that, I really did. Like, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Like, regular show is a really good show, and so is Adventure Time. Steven Universe is good. I hear Craig of the Creek is decent. I've not seen Craig of the Creek, but what I have seen kind of gives me an Ed, Edd and Eddy vibe.
Guess I'll do some Spidey work while I wait for Sable's call. Hey, what's that?
What's with all the yellow stuff?
Huh. Is this some weird street artist thing? A police report. Looks like someone was killed during a mugging, but nothing was stolen. What's with the audio recorder?
So, you have some work-related stress. Well, you came to the right place. That's my specialty.
So they tell me.
Give me some more specifics about how you're feeling.
Guess you could say I put a lot of pressure on myself. I like to be the best. Plus, I have a very demanding boss.
And what kind of work do you do?
Everything here stays confidential, right?
Of course.
Good. Because if any of this gets out, you're a dead man.
The case file says 1 of 9. There must be more of these out in the city. There's a bunch of GPS coordinates here. I love treasure hunts, but something tells me I'm not gonna find a chest full of gold at any of these places.
Yeah, okay, so essentially the next time I go to Sable, it's going to be the end of this. So we're going to, I think that is actually the case. Yeah, because we're, well, no, actually not. That's the boss fight, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be the start of the boss fight with Hammerhead. So I'm going to go do all these things. But yeah, Muscle Man and Muscle Woman, that was actually I did like that. Like, it was one of those relationships that was very touching. That said, I did kind of get a little annoyed that Mordecai didn't end up with any of, well, okay. I don't want to spoil the ending for people that have not seen it, but the ending, it kind of, like with Mordecai, I get it makes sense, but I didn't like how they played it out. I like the final battle. Like, the final battle of that show was really good and really fun. And again, I liked the whole baby ducks turning into a giant, and then getting armor upgrades like something out of Gridman. Speaking of which, did anyone see SS? I'm just going to call it Quadruple X Grisman. Okay, apparently that counted. I'm not sure how. Also, apparently just hitting the ground can knock someone out.
Hammerhead guys, don't you have anything better to do?
But, let me think. Did anyone see has anyone seen SS Gridman yet?
It's time for photobomb!
Okay, just hang on.
I think I'm in love.
Ow.
XX before the dawn, XX rights? This show is pink internet. Don't even at me.
Oh, I dumped under that guy and he hit the guy in the face with that electrical baton. Ow. That's going to leave an interesting bruise. But yeah, Pops was a good foil for Benson, and Pops was just a really fun character. And the thing is, the thing is that in the end, you kind of buy the reveal that happens with Pops.
This is getting lopsided. Let's even the odds.
Shoot. You know, I don't know what's worse about you, Screwball, the fact you do stuff like this, or the fact that you have not been banned from the internet yet. Yeah, Pops is that kind of person that you wish was your friend in real life. But yeah, it's like one of those things where Pops was just one of those characters that you that was just completely a good-hearted character. Like there was as flawed as everyone else was in the series, and he had flaws too, but they were flaws that were not moral in nature. Which made the reveal at the end of the show about him, I won't spoil it, but for those that have not seen it, it makes the reveal about him at the end make a lot of sense, because, and I wish I could talk about it, because I really like I like the ending. I mean, the ending is, ow! The ending was weird, but it was epic, and it was a good ending. It was a really good ending, and it was the kind of ending you'd expect from the show. Come on, get stuck to the ground. Come on.
That one hurt me almost as much as it hurt you.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, where did all of his anger issues come from? We never really did find that out.
I might have to start referring to you as mediocre man.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. But Benson, like, all the characters are in a regular show are interesting, and they were fun. Like, the thing with that I like with regular show is, well, the characters' interactions were the main focus. But it was one of those shows that was just so insanely, like, it was both grounded and weird at the same time. Like, that's a weird, really weird way to say it.
You know I haven't left the house.
Glad to hear it. What's up?
I've been listening to the police radio, and there's stuff happening all over the city, like constantly.
Pretty overwhelming, isn't it?
How do you do it? I mean, you can't be everywhere at once.
Remember what May used to say, you help someone, you help everyone.
Yeah, but I never really understood what she meant.
Okay, you know that lady that came in to feast the other day with her 2 kids?
The one who just got evicted?
Yeah. After she found a job and was about to move into her new place, she told me, as soon as I get my first paycheck, I'm sending as much as I can back to the shelter.
So we helped her, and now she wants to help others. Helping is like a force multiplier.
Exactly.
May was pretty great, wasn't she?
The greatest.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna send you an address as soon as I'm done with all this, so stay ready. And bring those web shooters with you.
Finally!
I am ready. Meet me at my base.
I've been meaning to ask. How exactly do you have a base in the city that I don't know about? Right. Good.
I'm feeling a little uncomfortable. I think we should end the session.
Sorry, Doc. I didn't mean to scare you. I've just been paranoid lately. Like I said, stressful job.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about your job. Describe a typical day.
Typical day? Guess it starts with waking up, checking my phone, see what the boss wants me to hit that day. Then I go grab breakfast. I've been trying to do that keto thing, you know? Then I do the hits. Sometimes it's messy, so I gotta head home and clean up. I try to get to the gym in the afternoon, then dinner, and I...
Sorry, can you go back for a moment? What does do a hit mean exactly?
It means I kill who my boss tells me to. I'm pretty good at it by now. Got quite the resume.
This guy sounds like a Maggia enforcer. Feels like this is just part of the story. I should keep an eye out for more scenes like this.
Yeah, I wish he was in Jump Force. Like, that is kind of something I would like.
I am ready. Meet me at my base.
I've been meaning to ask, how exactly do you have a base in the city that I don't know about?
Right. Good talk. Why is she always hanging up on me?
Like, and Bobobo was just one of those...
She didn't hang up on purpose. Probably just got disconnected.
Majorly random
She could
show.
be waiting for me to call her back. Or she could be running out of minutes on her cell phone plan. I mean, she's probably doing international roaming. That stuff is expensive. Or maybe she just really needed to polish her pistols. Let's apply Occam's razor. The simplest and most obvious solution is... she hates me. Ugh.
Logic takes the fun out of everything.
Like, Jump Force looks really cool.
I should be close.
Whoever's setting up these scenes really likes the color yellow.
Another crime report. Let's hear what the recorder has to say.
So what do you think, Doc?
Well, clinically, you're a sociopath. You have no remorse for your actions. You clearly are not stressed. I doubt you think there's actually anything wrong with you. So, why did you really come see me today?
You're smart. I like that.
Yeah, that is kind of true.
You do what I tell you, and I won't kill your family.
Whoa. You want to get right to it? Okay, then. I know why you're really here. I knew who you were the minute you walked in that door. And I also know that before I do anything for you, you're gonna do something for me.
Well, that took a turn.
These crime scenes all feel like covers for Maggia hits. And if the guy on the tape is a Maggia enforcer, maybe he's the one who killed all these people.
But yeah, he is kind of similar to like Looney Tunes style characters in general, because he's basically the trickster. Like that's basically what the whole wigging out thing is.
Reports are flying in about an incident in Midtown involving, you guessed it, Spider. It's the same old story, same old menace. But here's a terrifying little thing. My sources tell me that the Maggia crime boss Hammerhead is now gone, and I quote, full cyber. First we have robotic octopuses, and now a messed up Maggia? Whatever happened to the good old days when criminals would just put on a dime store mask, stick their finger in their pocket, and try to rob a bank. All right, Spider-Man happened.
You know, I find it weird that this universe is one that has a ton of superheroes in it. Like, we know for a fact a lot of superheroes exist in this universe. And yet he focuses solely on, Spidey. Like, that's an interesting
Better take
fact.
a closer look. Lots of police tape and equipment at these scenes. Whoever's doing this must have access to this stuff. Someone fell to their death from this ledge. It was ruled an accident. But was it? On the last recording, the therapist turned the tables on the Maggia guy.
Welcome back. Have a seat. So, did you bring the,
Yeah. Hope this takes care of your cash flow problem.
Right. It most certainly does. Thank you. So, I assume you came to me because I have a few police officers as clients.
You assume correct. But my boss and I are only interested in one of them.
And who might that be?
Captain Yuri Watanabe.
Yuri? How is she mixed up in this? I'm afraid of where this story is going. I have to keep following it.
But yeah, like, in general, you could consider him like a toon. Like a literal cartoon. Like, you know, Looney Tunes. Like, Bobo was funny. Like, there's a lot of really funny like, it was a fun show, and it was basically Japan's entire popular culture condensed into a single show. Like, Japan really loves that oddball humor. Like, that's one of their, like, the big cultural things over there. They really like
the entrance to his hideout
oddball
must be
humor.
somewhere close by.
And that's basically the entirety of Bo.
I am so geeking out.
Huh, must be underground. Guess it's time for some urban spelunking.
I'm trying to think of some other good shows. Let me think. Like other good old shows that I liked. Kong the Animated Series was pretty good. Apparently, like King of Atlanta, like the movie was bad. I hear a lot of people say it was bad, but I like the series itself.
I'm at one of the hideouts. I'm surprised Sable had you working alone on this.
I resigned from Sable International in order to ensure the supplies made it to Symkaria.
Guess she's a true mercenary at heart. Even choosing weapons over aid for her own people.
Sable is more than a mercenary. Trust me. Anyway, let me know if you find those supplies. And thank you.
Yeah, this one's kind of an easy one to do. Right. Yeah, there is a Kong animated series. I really liked it. The one where where they had like the merger sequence thing, like the things that let him fuse with animals, which was kind of interesting. I like that idea because they used it for a lot of stuff, and it was actually a really interesting idea. Like, that's a good way to make a Monster of the Week series, is you have it like, okay, the bad guy can fuse with a different monster each week to transform into a kaiju. Like, that's kind of cool.
Hey, David, got a question.
What is that noise? Are you fighting right now?
Oh, yeah. I'll try to keep it down. I was just wondering, how much do you know about Sable's home country, Symkaria?
Well, the Symkarian government has been consolidating power for over a decade. They are now effectively a dictatorship. The opposition party, led by the Sabinova family, was either exiled or executed. Symkaria has been in civil war ever since. Meanwhile, the civilians are caught in the middle, with nowhere to escape and nowhere to go if they do.
So Sable might have lost some of her family in the conflict.
Yes, the conflict in Symkaria is more personal to her than she will ever let on.
I like that. That gives some character to Silver Sable. So, like, the interesting thing is, the next game is being set up to have a few villains. A few antagonists, which is going to be cool. Oh, Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce. Yeah, I like that show. Like, that was fun.
For every time I heard that. Wait, do they even make nickels anymore? As soon as I finish here, I'm gonna look that up.
Oh, another show I really liked. Is Megas XLR. That was a good show. Like Megas XLR, that was a good show. Oh, that poor dude.
You remembered my name. I'm so honored I'll punch you less hard than all the other guys.
Yeah, like that was kind of sad. Like, especially because we got the big reveal of who Skeleton King was. And, you know, we got a, we didn't get a sixth, like, we didn't get to, ow. We didn't get a sixth ranger, Atari, I think his name was. It's been so long since I've seen that show. Atari, I think was his name, got upgraded into the silver. I know someone got upgraded. Like, it was a very good show. I'm trying to think of more. Okay, now where's Minigun Dude? You just find me Minigun Dude. There you go. Have your minigun back. It's going into your face. Let me see. What are some other... Like, what are... Symbiotic Titan. That's another one. Like, Symbiotic Titan, that was a good one that sadly got cut short. Like, Symbiotic Titan is really good. Cyborg 009, I was never really into that one. I saw some episodes and it was pretty good. But that one didn't grip me, and I hear that the manga or something that it was based on had a really bad downer ending.
Poor guys. You know, if you guys all came out at once, you'd have a better chance of... Hey, better not give them any ideas.
Oh shoot! I was one away from it. Stormhawk. Yeah, I remember that one too. Well, Stormhawks was good. Symbiotic Titan though, I really wish that one would come back. I really liked that one. Oh, that guy rocketed at me and I punched him in the jaw. Wow, that hurt. I am glad Samurai Jack got completed. That I'm happy with. Like, thank you, Cartoon Network, for making the right decision and bringing that back. Yeah, like, pity a lot of shows didn't get another season. But then again, Samurai Jack came back and got its resolution finally, so maybe. And 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo is coming back, and it's getting they're getting it a finale. So who knows? Maybe all of these shows will get a finale. You get a finale. You get a finale. Yeah, Oprah Winfrey reference. Couldn't resist. But yeah, like Billy and Mandy was good. Like Billy and Mandy was fun, and it was one of the few shows with a villain protagonist I didn't hate. Like I normally don't like villain protagonists, and that was a good one. And Evil Con Carney was good. Was fun too. Codename Kids Next Door was good. It got a nice finale. Like, it got a decent finale. I mean, yeah, it was a bit of a mind screw, but it was a decent finale.
Now to find the supply cache.
And a good movie. Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Like, all the old Nicktoons. I've never actually heard of Chris Colorado. Like, that one I never heard of. Also, for the record, if Silent Hill, if Konami makes any more games, I'm kind of boycotting them right now. If you want to know why, look up Josh Scorcher's top 10, I think it's top 10 Konami fails. And you'll see why, because they have done some things that I just cannot support at all. Like, I loved a lot of Konami's older games, but I cannot support them right now. Okay, where do I go?
Okay. Those humanitarian supplies should be around here somewhere.
Okay, obviously they're in there, but how do I get in there? Oh, no, that's just that thing. Okay, I'll explain some of what Konami's doing that I can't support, just to be clear to people that just don't want to go see another video.
This must be the cache of humanitarian aid.
French animated series. Oh, hello. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Hey, you're still unconscious. Yeah, I heard Metal Gear Survive really sucked.
Hi, David. I recovered some of your supplies. Sending you
yeah, how recently, how horribly they treated Kojima. That's the big one.
As fast as I can.
Great. And if it helps, I have a couple police contacts. I can ask them to help you out if...
Oh, no. That will not be necessary. I have it under control. Thank you again.
Huh. Alrighty.
Yeah, for those that are not familiar, basically Konami's been treating Kojima like absolute crap. All because he left the company. Now, okay, you can be upset he left the company, but he made you billions of dollars. That's no reason... and, you know, the thing that really crossed the line in my book was that having basically one of their people who's also on a insurance board, essentially. Yeah, Metal Gear 5 is Kojima's last work with the company. Yeah, they rushed some of it out the door, and yeah, it's not perfect, but, you know, support it because of Kojima. Like, Kojima still deserves respect for what he's done. But then Konami decides, hey, we're going to screw the guy's entire new company out of health insurance because we're jealous that he's not working for us anymore. Like, that's terrible. Like, that is Moral Event Horizon territory. Like, that's something I expect from the Yakuza. Like, in my mind, Konami has crossed the line. They did something, like, just plain terrible. Yeah, And, you know, that's another thing. They treat him like crap. He leaves the company. Maybe they were trying to get him to leave the company, and then they continue to treat him like crap. Okay, I remember this one being a bit annoying to locate. Oh, there it is.
Police ruled this a suicide, but Yuri had her doubts. The victim was part of Hammerhead's crime family. In the last recording, they talked about getting Yuri's mental health records.
Here's Captain Watanabe's file.
This everything?
Yes.
You ever record her sessions?
No, I never record any sessions. That'd be unethical and illegal.
Well, we'd like you to record her next session. And my boss has a list of questions he'd like you to ask. That gonna be a problem for you?
No problem.
I feel like I shouldn't be listening to these, and yet I can't stop. Seems that whoever left these wasn't satisfied with what the police concluded.
But yeah, like that's the thing with and then Konami Konami treats their employees like absolute crap. Like they treat their employees like almost borderline slaves. Like, it's literally like a tyrannical dictatorship working for Konami. Yeah, okay, that's another, yeah, that is a bit of a, that is, and then they treat him like crap when he actually leaves. Like, and that is just terrible. And then they treat most of their employees like complete crap. Like, doing anything wrong in Konami is basically getting yourself publicly shamed in front of the entire company.
The entrance to his hideout must be somewhere close by.
Oh, sorry, people.
Nice weather, huh? There's the entrance. Clever.
So, yeah, I am not supporting Konami. Like, I'll buy, and I would suggest like buying Metal Gear Solid 5, like second hand from like a GameStop or something, because all the money then goes to the GameStop.
Hi,
so
David. Just found another Hammerhead hideout.
Please be careful.
I will. So, what happens when we get all the caches? Put some stamps on them and celebrate at Eddie's Pizza?
Eddie's, yes. I will miss that place.
He's not going out of business, is he? Please tell me he's not.
No. It's
yeah,
just...
like, so yeah, I'm not supporting...
And do not worry about shipping. I will take care of it when the time comes.
Leave it off.
I got you now.
Okay, but yeah, like that's one of the things is Konami. Like Josh Scorcher actually said it in a really funny way, but it's totally right. Is he said they in his video, which if you're watching this like on the archive and you do not know the situation, really do look up his video like top 10 Konami fails because he does a better job describing it than I ever could. But he basically said in that video that he considered that Konami is basically what happens if Agatha Trunchbull and I can't remember her name, that Dolores Umbridge merged into one and ran a video game company. Like that sounds funny. That's basically what they are. And if you know anything about those two characters, you know that that's like basically one of the most like that would be one of the most unholy places to work in the history of fiction. Like, for those who don't know, Dolores Umbridge is like a very sadistic character in the Harry Potter mythos. I mean, in the Harry Potter universe, who actively tortures students.
Go on? No, seriously, Hammerhead's guys aren't great conversationalists.
Back home, I was a math teacher. I wanted to open my students' eyes to possibilities beyond our village, even when the Red Uprising began.
Kojima buying Konami. Yeah, that would be good. Like that, if that happened, that would be good. But yeah, as for Agatha Trunchbull, she is basically the the embodiment of the sadist teacher trope. Like from the movie Matilda, which, like, I hate to say it, but he's, like, that sounds ridiculous, but Josh was completely right. Although I will say, I know Dr. Wolf and I know Lightning Bliss, but I don't know Josh Scorcher personally.
She's sometimes almost like it.
Okay, I need you for... Hey, hello, Mr. Minigun. Bye, Mr. Minigun. But yeah, if you're watching this, look up what Konami did and then boycott. Because I don't normally boycott things. Because, you know, I hate to say it, that, you know, it does make life harder on some people involved. But, I mean, as some of the employees, which is sad, but Konami needs to, like, go down, because even the employees working there, Konami folding would probably be the best possible thing that could happen, because if you know, again, watch Josh Scorcher's video on it if you want a more in-depth look, but basically, if you work for Konami and stop working for them, you are blacklisted. Yeah. And it's not just, oh, you got fired. No, it's if you stop working for Konami, period, you are blacklisted. Yeah, that is true. Sadly, but true. Well, no, not sadly. Like, and they're turning most of their flagship characters into pachinko machines, which... Like, the best thing that's happened to Castlevania in a long time is Konami allowed them to appear in Smash Ultimate. Like, that's basically the best thing that's happened to the Castlevania cast in forever. Yeah, well, the thing is, EA isn't that much better. Like, in all honesty, like, again, watch Josh Scorcher's video on EA, they're not that much better.
Boy, I sure hope so.
But I will say EA is the lesser of two evils, if only slightly. Okay, you with the sniper rifle, you're going unconscious now. Yeah, arcade machines in Japan are still very popular. But, like, the biggest problem with Konami is they don't give a darn about anything but money. But that's what, like, that's what a lot of companies, but with Konami, that is especially bad. Because they treat their employees like crap. Yeah, pachinko machines are gambling. Like, that is legit gambling. Yeah, overseas sales don't matter that much to Konami, but... But it's a to me, it's the principle of the thing. Like, the thing is, I'm not necessarily going to boycott Konami as a whole. I mean, I'm not necessarily boycotting Konami's games completely, but I would only buy them from a GameStop or something. I would not buy it from the actual store, because if you buy used from a GameStop, yeah, after I defeat this, I'm going to end the live stream. Thing a lot of people don't know, if you're boycotting a game company and you buy their game from a GameStop or from a used game thing, all the money goes to the GameStop. Like, don't buy the new version, buy the used version. But if you buy a used game, it does not go to the actual company. It goes to the GameStop. Like, it goes to the used game seller. So you're not supporting Konami if you buy a Konami game used.
Should be around here somewhere.
And sorry I went into that tirade. It made me really, really furious with Konami when I found out about how they are treating people. And how they're treating Kojima, because Kojima's a great guy. Like, from everything I've heard about Kojima, he's a great guy. Like, he is apparently a really nice guy. Like, he's a bit eccentric, but who isn't? Also, I do believe it was him, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Kojima, like, there was nearly a lawsuit or something involving one of the Metal Gear Solid games in New York, and Escape from New York, because Snake bears a very striking resemblance to the character. At least I think this is how it goes.
Here are the supplies. Okay, David. Found a bunch more supplies here.
And the director of that movie was totally cool with it and stopped the lawsuit from going through because he liked that he was flattered by Kojima.
Why Symkaria, if you don't mind me asking?
I merely wish to help the children of Symkaria, as I once failed to help those who relied on me most. Thank you again for finding your supplies. I will come by to get them soon.
Huh. Sounds like David's carrying around a little guilt. Like most
yeah, sorry for going on a tirade about Konami. I'm just, like, really furious about them. And also apparently furious that, from everything that I've heard, that the movie Glass kind of goes back into Shyamalan's dork ages, which, that's really disappointing. I'm not going to see Glass because apparently Shyamalan backslid and went back into his dork ages, from what I've heard. Which is really disappointing because I liked Unbreakable and I liked, Split, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Please like, comment, subscribe. Consider coming to the next live stream if you're watching on the archive. It will be Saturday. I hope you guys enjoyed this. See you guys next time. Bye! I still don't have a catchphrase!